Hi, my name is Natasha Hinwood and I'm a physiotherapist from Ireland. I'm a new graduate and I'm now working mainly in research and a little bit clinically. The World Physiotherapy Congress 2021 was the first time I attended an international congress or conference. It was a wonderful experience to attend and speak, even if there were some moments of feeling a little under pressure. I loved the experience so much that I immediately wanted to join the Congress Program Committee for 2023, and that's how I got here. From a physiotherapy perspective, I feel like the World Physiotherapy Congress is like a holy grail or Mount Olympus of conferences. There's no better place to present and show off our work, to meet new people, to practice our second languages, to learn all about the interesting projects and thinking about what's going on in the wider world of physiotherapy. So I guess considering how great it is to attend, sometimes the hardest part can be deciding to submit an abstract or not. I know doubt can creep into our minds and we can second guess and ask ourselves, is this research interesting enough or am I good enough? Why on earth would they choose my abstract over others? I am in the privileged position of having English as my first language, but these doubts might be even more if you are submitting in a second or third language. I know from a personal perspective, if I listened to that doubt every time, I would have to stay at home and would never leave my house. But if I did that, I would never get the chance to experience all of the exciting things about new experiences. It's often the same thing that we tell our patients that we sometimes need to tell ourselves. It's important to push past that fear to keep growing. Okay, real talk. You can definitely write an abstract. You already know what goes into one. There's the title. Keep the title short and informative. This is the first impression an abstract reviewer will have of your project. Does it sound interesting? Is it accurate? What research method did you use? Was it a systematic review, a quantitative study, or something else? If the abstract is accepted, this title will be used in the Congress program. Think about who will be reading the program and what information your title gives them. Background. Why is the topic important? This is your opportunity to set the scene and explain the context of your project. Was there a gap in knowledge or a specific observation that you made? Is it simple and would it make sense to someone who doesn't work in your area? Purpose. So what's the big question? You might want to state your aims or hypothesis here, or why you undertook the project. Keep this section short and clear. Methods. Describe the methods you used clearly and simply. Abstract reviewers will make a decision about whether the methods you used were appropriate for your project and how robust your data is. What was done? Who did it? Who took part? Where were they? Were all the relevant stakeholders involved? What measurements did you take? How was the data managed? Don't forget to include any details about ethical approval or strategies for mitigation if that wasn't possible in your area. Results. The juicy bit. Remember to include the facts and figures. Summarize your main findings from the analysis. What did you find out? Conclusion. The big picture. Don't interpret the results beyond their scope. What can you conclude from your project? What do the results tell you? Do you need to do further research? Implications. Are the implications of your research realistic and tangible? How could your findings influence future practice? Why is your project important for the physiotherapy profession, patients, or for society? You'll need to include a few keywords and topics that best describe your abstract. These will help Congress participants to find your project and the World Physiotherapy team to group presentations together when planning sessions. You can find more resources and advice about this on the World Physiotherapy Congress website. Okay, so now you've done all of the writing and the first draft of your abstract is ready to go. Now is the time to ask colleagues and friends to read it. I found it really helpful to ask both physiotherapy colleagues and non-physiotherapy friends to read my drafts for advice on how to make it more understandable and to cut out any jargon. You only have 500 words, so it's important to spend those words wisely. So I actually think editing and cutting things out is the hardest part, as you need to leave a good impression with the abstract reviewer and the Congress participant. Don't forget the basics like checking for spelling or grammatical errors. If it's accepted, it will be published as you have submitted it. You won't get a chance to make any changes. Submit your abstract in plenty of time. You can find all of the information on the Congress website. It's definitely worth the time and effort of putting together an abstract. There's lots of support in terms of resources available and the mentorship. It's really the perfect way to share with everyone the interesting things that you're working on. For me personally, it's the one place I feel like I can really talk about my research with other people who love it too. Sharing and learning together is the best.